Okay, we had a question about how to make spokes for a pram design or a baby carriage. And spokes can be made many ways. The way I would do it starts with a single skinny rectangle and rotate it around itself. You can rotate it as many times as you want spokes, but what I thought I'd do is show you how easy it is to do and make the cut. So the first thing that I would do, let me move the wheel out of the way here, and I'll go to Basic Shapes and grab a square. SQ finds it quickly. I double click, and there's my square. Now I'm going to resize this square to a width of 0.1. Now you could make it any width you want if you want them thicker than what I've made mine. And the height of about 2.75 inches, enter. So that gives me this single stroke here. Now in order to make it into spokes, I go to Edit, Duplicate, Rotated Duplicate. Now I could start with, let's just start with 1. That gives us one more than we had. If we click on this little calculate sign here on the rotated duplicate window, it will evenly distribute that number of repetitions in the design. So here we have 2 if you just wanted that effect. Now if I click up on the arrow next to dupe count and then click on this calculate again, it recalculates and rotates that shape around itself. And notice that I have offset of X is 0 and offset of Y is 0. So it rotates that around itself right at the center, which is what we want for the wheel. So this is duplicated twice. That gives us 3. 1, 2, 3, because the first one's not counted. If I use the up arrow to take me to 3 and click on that calculate, we get this effect. And so on. If we go to 4, calculate, 5, calculate. So you can see that you get more and more spokes as you go. Well, let's say we wanted it 6. You click on accept and you get that. Now I've shown you here the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can select all of those and weld them all together, and you have all the spokes. Now I made the wheel. You can make, again, the wheel as thick or as thin as you want. I started with a circle of 3 inches, so I'll go to Basic Shapes and just type in CI, double click on the circle, and put in the gold lock icon to keep it round, and I'll just type 3 in for the width and enter. It automatically sets the height to 3. And then I did a shadow, an inset shadow, so I click on the shadow icon, which is the 4th from the right on the bottom toolbar. And we'll make that shadow a minus so it goes inside, 0.2, and enter. And I can accept that. If I like the way that looks, I can select both of those and join them so that I have a little frame here. And then I can select the spokes and the frame, type S, and if I like that look, I'm going to zoom in so I make sure that the lines are overlapping on the spokes. Hopefully they are, and if they are, when I weld it, they will all fit right inside, so I have a wheel with spokes ready to go. So do we have any questions about that?
There are no questions for that.
Okay. I tried doing it the way that they asked by rotating triangles around a circle, but that gives you kind of triangular pointed spokes, which I didn't really care for.
Yeah, I can show that. What you can do is you'd actually have to change the angle of the rotation so that the sides paralleled. But it's much easier the way that you showed it.
I found that out. This took, you know, a lot more work, and it wasn't as pleasing. This way is just a little different way of looking at it. I wasn't looking at the triangles, I was looking at the spokes themselves, and for me that's a lot easier. It's also a lot easier than drawing lines because I'm using basic shapes. It's very quick and simple, but we'll look forward to what you want to show us on that afterwards.